Okay, so we're back now live. I think everything's stable. We've got Gerry Hopkins here, MMR. He's also fellow of the National Model Railway Association. And we're very lucky because he's also our AP chair. So all our AP questions will go to Gerry. We've got a video here that Gerry's got. So, yeah, say good day, Gerry, and make sure we got the audio.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to Australia.
So we've got a video that Gerry's put together, which we'll play, and then after that, we'll break for a Q&A session. Brad's standing by there with the notepad to write some questions down as we come along. So what do you reckon? We get on with the video? I know if there's some people from Wisconsin watching, there is actually some S-scale modelling in this video. So keep an eye open for that. So what do you reckon, Gerry? We'll hit the button and see if it all works.
Yeah, hit the button and away you go. It's running, my TV's running late, so. Okay. I'm easy. I'm old enough to be everybody's father that I've seen so far. Yep, I'll put it down now.
All the DCC, the TCS and the soundtracks stuff, and I've got quite a bit of Blackstone stuff, but I don't care, I want people watching the set. As soon as I found out that they didn't have the T-cars in the car, I took them out and I watched them.
time this right, you're going to have to side in.
Passing cross
That's it.
or flying cross.
Yes, you've got to get the right switch. That's it. Right, no, you might have to side in. I think that's it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do a rush here. Well, yes, I can pass these
Oh,
on.
you've
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, of course you've got it. Okay, so I'll stick that in between there. A double check.
Oh, hang on.
The flat car. I think we should be told
It'll pull okay.
take it out of service.
It'll pull okay. I've got another one here.
I thought you had two of them. Yeah. Does that one got KDs on it?
No, I think it's got. Yeah, I think it might. No. No.
So, what's the procedure now, Pete?
Well, we've got a scheduled departure time.
This must be uphill.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. But we're not ready to mix.
Zero for headlights. Zero for headlights.
And we do it, see the junction at 1 o'clock. So it's time. So we do that at 12:45. That will not
We're not actually.
No, not right.
We're just running on sequence tonight. So.
Well, we can whiz round to see the junction here.
I can accept you.
You can't. Sorry, should have checked the head. I'm seeing everywhere.
No, you're going to send us for me? Because I've got 2 pickups for me.
Okay, we're going to pick up, Eddie. Carry on.
Have we got a pickup here?
There's 2 pickups, but is that going to make you
I think
overweight?
it'll put us overweight, yeah.
It's downhill, isn't it?
No, it's a wee bit uphill there, I think, through the tunnel, yeah. What am I picking up, Pete?
No, these 2.
I knew that.
Okay, forward.
You stuck there, John, are you?
Fine.
Sorry, John.
I'm a
I'm going to bring
virgin.
my oar train.
Be gentle. Gentle. Yes, quite.
I was just helping out with the reduction.
That's a very obliging matter, Pete.
He's got it.
Okay, you couple.
We're heading into
You want your own couple?
Alright.
Good, Pete. Good.
If you want to come and charge, yeah, what's on? Here's number 7, I thought. Well, you could back to number 7.
Come back and
Hey, brakes.
let you in.
You can back up. Yeah.
Have you got a cross anywhere or lost the control?
Hang on, we're both about to enter the but we can't, we can't do
You want not to hold
No, you just hold them there because you're
I'll come back and wait here.
No, come on up because I'll
Turn out thrown for the other guy.
Okay, change that point. It's uphill, it's up
Yes,
the side.
yes, yeah, that's a bigger train than what's down here.
I'll give it down. 360. I reckon we've got this loco card. So we're at 360 loco card.
Well, that should be over there.
That should be over here somewhere.
That's over in Nevada City.
Yeah.
Put those 2 on the passing track or in there.
I think I've got an approximate idea of what I'm doing. I can't breathe in that far.
There's a limit to everything.
Oh, hang on. Now I've got a bit of a problem.
Right.
Well, airy shape.
No, it shouldn't be.
You never knew she bought it?
Should be right now, though.
I've got,
Doesn't know she's got it.
I've got licence to operate it. I want to reduce the sound, but to do that I've got to get over to Max's to program it.
Oh, just keep it.
Whoa! I've got to get those out of there at some stage. So I'm just going to drop these in here now, and then you're clear to
To do what we need to
come
do.
in there.
Well, he's clear to come into the station.
Yeah, you can bring yours in now because I'm just going to go in there. It won't pull them.
No, well,
Have you got any to drop off there?
no,
No drop-offs.
Oh, come on.
nothing at
Who
Maryville.
scheduled this stuff?
No, nothing to drop off.
When I did the car cards and that, Jerry, I followed Paul Scholes. Sort of, tick the box here and the dot here and all that, but it hasn't worked.
People at the depot are tearing the hair out.
We're right for through, but we don't really want to go in there.
You've got to get the switcher out here and break up the train. Where do those cars go?
Well, none of them are set out.
No,
Right,
see,
There we go.
Thanks, Gerry. Which track are you going on, Gerry? Go through.
Back on Toledo night, had photo in the dark just about. And he set it on about a 15-second exposure, and he had a torch and he just paints the object. So he wanted light, and it wouldn't be dark except the object.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the video there. That was quite interesting. There's a lot of that. So basically, Gerry, those were the layouts that we would have been seeing when we did the convention this year if it wasn't cancelled. You're on mute there, Gerry.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we go.
Almost at the end.
So those layouts we saw were the ones that we're missing out on because the convention's been cancelled.
Except the two narrow gauge ones. One's in Adelaide, one's in Melbourne.
Yes, I noticed Bill Black's layout was there. That's a spectacular what is it? An S scale SN3. So that's S scale narrow gauge 3 foot, isn't it?
Yep. And the other narrow gauge was Peter Jackson in Adelaide.
Right. I noticed Peter Jensen's layout you had there as well. With all, I noticed you didn't show the interiors of a certain couple of businesses that he has on his layout. Should we say they're a little risque in the gentleman's club?
When I took that video, they weren't there.
Well, they were there the last time I was there. So
yeah. Okay, there we go. This is just from my archives, so you know.
Yep. So I believe there's quite a few rumblings in the chat there. So have you got a few things, Brad?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of positive comments about the quality of these layouts, and the thing that kept popping up was why the interest down here on North American railroads. What's your take on that, Gerry? Based on us here in Australia, we're pretty tiny compared to the States, yet we all seem to want to model it over there.
Oh, the answer to that's quite easy. Until about 15 years ago, there were two Australian locos were crap, and the rolling stock was the same quality. But in the past 15 years, things have changed. But if you take a look at it all, they're all young fellows now doing the Australian stuff, like yourself and like the other guys that have been on tonight. But us oldies, we grow up, I want to build a layout, there's nothing there. The British stuff was poor quality and expensive, but the American stuff was quite good and cheap.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, realistically. I've been in the hobby now for 20 odd years that I can remember, and yeah, the Australian stuff's always been really expensive. It's always been kits, Ren sub-average, really. So the North American stuff's really drawn it in there. What's the sort of locale from your house for a lot of those layouts, just so we've got a bit of an idea of distance that these quality layouts are
Well,
around?
if you get a good quality Learjet, you can get round them in a day. You've got Adelaide with Peter Jackson. That's a two-day car drive. Bill Black in Victoria. That's another 1,000 kilometers. The others are all within half an hour of my place.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, it's just goes to show that the Australian hobby is very dense and some really good quality layouts. Not far from everyone's neighbourhood, really. A few comments there. John Lowe now understands why there's such an appeal for the Garretts. They are an almighty loco, very unique, aren't they?
Oh, yes, definitely. The one that was shown in there on Sam Mannion's layout had a QSI decoder in from 2004 with crappy lighting setup, and there's an FL2 in there to give the marker lights operation. So, yeah, a few things like that I know because I know the people quite well.
Yeah, interesting. I also noticed there's and this is probably something due with the guys down south a little more, there's a lot of narrow gauge stuff there in those videos.
Yeah, down south of the border, especially Melbourne or Victoria, a lot of narrow gauge modelers. We got some up here. the next video that I do for the June convention, same sort of thing for June, that's got 3 narrow gauge layouts in it, which are not those, and they're from the Central Coast. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice. Very interesting. Yeah. The Australian hobby, I guess I'll just expand on some of the chat that's been going here. And the Australian hobby is very diverse up here in Queensland. We do have some diehard young guys that are into the Queensland rail and the Australian stuff. But it's very North American based when you're around at these exhibitions and shows. The further south you seem to travel, the more the Australian prototype comes into it. It's very interesting seeing these videos and whatnot.
Unless you're someone silly like me that models Victorian railways in the middle of Queensland.
yeah, but you're a fellow Welshman.
Yeah, we don't hold that sort of stuff against you, Martin. You always seem to like to be a bit of a Mexican.
Okay.
The one thing I have noticed, because I put decoders in for other people, is the younger Australians, and there's at least 5 train drivers that I know that I put the decoders in for. And they're absolutely brilliant modelers when it comes to detailing. You buy these super detailed locos and rolling stock, and they'll spend time making them 100% for the particular car they're modeling or the loco. But they don't have layouts. They go to a club or to someone else's layout. And possibly when they get a little bit older, they'll build layouts. But yeah, there's quite a few of them around, so.
Yes, but I can attest to the old days of when I first got into Victorian railways. Basically, all you could buy were homemade kits done by backyard manufacturers and scratch built basically yourself. But now it's a plethora of highly scaled, ready to run Australian outline locos, whether it be New South Wales, Victorian, Australian National, Queensland. I mean, we've now got a manufacturer in Queensland who's manufacturing rolling stock in the States. So instead of buying it from China and importing it, it's actually being made here.
Well, when you mentioned this this broadcast this weekend, and I put my hand up, I just wanted to show that we did have a variety of modelers down here and the quality. We're not just a little backward country. And someone mentioned there New Zealand has a high percentage of American modelers. I've seen their stuff, and it's all very, very good.
Yep. And it's a credit to yourself, Gerry, in running the AP program. I mean, how many MMRs do we have in Australia now compared
27. 20, we're 27, we've got 25.
25, and that's in a membership of 700 in a country that only has 23 million as its population. So yeah. I think that's a pretty good smattering. And how many more MMRs have we got in the wings, just waiting to finish their last couple of?
Okay, there were 6 layouts on the video. 4 of them were MMRs. The other 2 should be MMRs this year.
Okay, there's another 2.
There's a couple more then up in Queensland.
Well, the sun gets to those ones up in Queensland. It's, there's nice weather, so they want to go to the beach and drink beer instead. So, okay, so how's the chat looking there, Brad?
Oh, look, the chat's pretty quiet. You can throw some questions out there, but yeah, the comments are very positive on the quality of those layouts, and I think like both Gerry and yourself, Martin, have commented on, for a country that's 25% smaller than America and with such a small population, we really do seem to like to strive in this hobby, and it's just apparent with things like this that we pick up and grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, and get this done. For the younger generation like myself, I'm 3 hours south of the closest major city, so this sort of scenario with technology and learning is what's going to help build the hobby and grow us as a community.
Yep, well said. Okay, so if there's no more
Nothing more from me.
in the chat there, well, thank you very much, Gerry, for your time and effort in putting the videos together.
I enjoyed it.
I'm sure there's a round of applause coming from the chat, but I haven't got those headphones on at the moment, so I can't hear that. But we'll take a little break here, and then we'll be back with Craig Mackey and his casino layout, which is actually built on a prototype from a town called Casino in northern New South Wales, up through southeast Queensland, and I think it actually gets to Brisbane. So anyway, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with Craig. We'll just reset everything here, and